Bill Richards is from the Talowa tribe that lives in the northwestern area of the United States. He and others from his tribe knew there was a creator, but did not yet know him personally.
Delaha si husi hayu nusling. Talaman dini hawanquet justni nusling. I was born in a government hospital on the Hoopa Reservation. I am an enrolled member of the Talowa tribe. For many years, I served as tribal chairman, which some people know as chief or head man, as did my father and grandfather. The word Talowa means people to the north. Our ancestral territories straddles the northern California and southern Oregon borders. Well, in my early years, I considered it a good, fun place to grow up in. During the summer, we have a fish run down here that's very important to us. It's what we call a smelt run. We have the elk and the deer. We had a good life here. We lived off the land. We had the salmon in the rivers. We had the berries, the acorns, and everything we needed was provided for us here by our Creator. I went to school in Smith River, and right out of high school, I joined the military service. In the military, it was eye-opening for me when I was transferred to the East Coast. There, prejudice was right out in the open, and that was really very surprising to me that it could be that strong a prejudice. About that time I met Viola, my wife. We've been married. This September will be 55 years. Well, I started studying after Viola had been studying for a number of weeks.
We started a weekly Bible study, and I was engaged in that for quite some time. And then one of the sisters seen my husband, that he was here, and she started talking to him. Pretty soon we started talking again, and then it got to the table and we started a study, and he was included.
The more I studied, the more knowledge and interesting it got. In studying the Bible, early on it wasn't too bad, with the community. But when we started on a regular basis, then it interfered with me attending some of the meetings here. The local meetings came on a certain night, and usually that was when we had the Bible study.
One of the things that they really had a hard time adjusting to was death, because it showed honor to the person that was their last statement in life, and that was to have a funeral.
We could not always attend, but we showed in other ways that we did care, and we would go to the fellowship gathering after the funeral to show our support. Holidays were an extremely difficult challenge because it was a family gathering time. It was hard to make those adjustments and explain to our family. We progressed from there till our baptism. And she said, I am ready to get baptized. And so I said, well, I'm ready too. So we got baptized together. I was baptized at 71 years of age. Sometimes I'd go to the convention and I'd look around and I'd see how many Native Americans I could pinpoint, and there wasn't very many. And I happened to tell Brother Dave that, hey, I'm not seeing too many Native Americans, I'm looking. And he said, well, you'd better get busy and start teaching some. And he's right. To this day, if I can reach a Native American, then that's what I want to do, or anybody else, or that.
Many people in our Native identity today carries an eagle feather, and it's just a symbol of being protected, but they didn't know his name. They called him Creator. And now I share with some of the ones, and they're responsive. They listen, and I said, I know his name. And I told him it was Jehovah.
I have a special feeling for the Ahouanquit Community Cemetery down here because on looking at the names and all that, I realized that my mother and father are both buried there. The biggest hope now, and Dave and Kim really explained it well to me, that you're going to see them again. That's the big hope. Another blessing is our children. They have been attending the memorial and then other special talks. You know, we have them join us, and that definitely is a blessing. I have received many blessings. I have a better relationship with my wife. I even take my shoes off when I come into the house. I have many meaningful relationships within the congregation. And I get to teach other natives to serve Jehovah.
Bible truth appeals to people from all backgrounds. In Brother Richard's case, he left his post as chief and tribal chairman when he dedicated himself to God.